Hey everyone, welcome to my Scaling YouTube channel. I'm your host Eddie Wang, and today we are going to break down a character that was brought down from God to an ant, and I'm talking about Tachibana Ukyo, or Ukyo Tachibana as you guys like to call it. And this is a character that was nerfed after Samurai Shodown 2, where it was on his best version, and I'm going to show you what has changed for Ukyo and how he plays in the Samurai. For example, Ukyo had a very strong mid slash that occupied a lot of reach. I believe before on Samurai Shodown 2, he could actually reach you from this reach that you guys are seeing. He could actually touch other characters, and he could not be punished because his mid recovered so fast that it was nearly impossible to punish, because he retracted the sword so quick. And if you did if he blocked like a big from you, he could actually punish with his mid, which had an insane startup, insane recovery, and it was safe per se. Another move that was nerfed from Ukyo was the big slash from the crush. He could actually punish you from this reach, but they actually nerfed it and even redesigned the animation of his low big. Like, his low big was one of the strongest bigs in the game, and as you guys know, this was given to Sogetsu now, and Ukyo got the worst version of a big ever in Samurai Shodown. As you guys can see, this doesn't go as far, and I'm trying to even close reach with this, but the reach is really poor in post Samurai Shodown 2, and because they redesigned the animation of the big, of the crouching big, because he could actually touch you from here. So whenever you try to even bait him out with anything, he had a very strong crouching big that was a low and didn't do much damage, but the reach was really worth it, and worth enough to actually scare people to actually press a button against this character, because you were always under his crushing big reach from here, and it would really just destroy you with that reach. And if you couldn't really come close because of his mid, and if you whiff it anything, you would put yourself under the reach of his big, then you were forced to jump at him. And when you jump at him, is jumping heavy, like straight on, instead of jumping like this, right, which he does now. Even this was redesigned. It actually much slower now, but before he could actually slash you twice in the air before he comes down, and the startup was as fast as a mid, so no one could actually jump at Ukyo because he had a complete control over the entire stage. He could be good on the ground. He had the most reaching crushing big in the game, that was fast. Even Earthquake had to respect his crushing big, and Earthquake had one of the longest reaching crushing bigs in the game, but it was slower to come out, so you could actually see the crushing big and jumped on as quick as he did the crushing big. But Ukyo, you couldn't really jump at him because he also had this, and this was also redesigned because it would go so fast at you, leaving a lot of shadows, and even if you jump it, then it would catch you on the other side with a very strong big that he had, this one right here, and would actually anti-air you as you were coming down. And not only talking about how this was very oppressive and was very fast, and he could actually slash twice in the air. Was the only character that with a double slash on a single press in the air, and the both slashes were insanely fast. So this character was extremely broken, and they had to redesign everything that he does now. Like, this was also redesigned, and even if you whiff it like that or you block it, there was a high chance that it would still, after you block like the shadow strike, he could actually grab you on the spot after you block it if you were sleeping. So you had to press throw as well, and if he was slower by a few frames than you could actually grab him. But then he could also just retreat and just frame guard to disarm you and kill you with another big. He was that powerful. Another move that was changed from Ukyo was the Tsubame Gaeshi, this move that you guys are seeing right here. And Angola doesn't call this Tsubame Gaeshi, we actually call this the Sobidace. Sobidace means go up and go down, and this is a move that was also heavily nerfed, and now it's easily the fastest anti-air that Ukyo has, because you can still do this coming out of the ground, and you can do it from a backdash as well. But Ukyo before, when he did a Sobidace, there was a freaking bird that came out of this on an angle that used to go down and go up. But when Ukyo does it, if you look from Ukyo perspective, it looks like the bird goes up and goes down. That is why we used to call it Sobidace, because that it seems like it's something that it tells. He says Tsubame Gaeshi, but in Portuguese sounds like he's saying Sobidace whenever he does it. So that bit that used to go down and go up, from his perspective, it looked like it went up and went down, like go up and go down. Sobi, go up, days, go down. So Sobidace, go up, go down, and that freaking bird could actually draw an angle. It traveled in arc per se, and you could adjust that arc by doing Tsubame Gaeshi at different haze, and actually catch people who were trying to jump over Tsubame Gaeshi, or trying to roll over by running into a roll, because roll could avoid projectiles. And it was still very difficult to come really near him, because his control of the match was just perfect. At full screen he had the bird, at mid screen he had the big slashes, and up close he had the medium slash, small slash, and he could really just put you on a very scary position. And sometimes the only character that could really defeat Ukyo was Ukyo himself. And that is saying a lot for this character. This was one of the first tastes of a top tier character in competitive fighting games for us. It was one of the first time that we got really annoyed by a character being that strong, and it was Ukyo. It was easily one of the top 3 characters in the game, or top 4, top 5. I believe Japan tier list is kind of different from Angola. They have Kyoshiro on top 1, but we have Ukyo on top 1, because we never really explored Kyoshiro as much, because his big reach wasn't really much of a big deal. But it seems like he had another things going for him that we didn't really explore at that time, because we were too busy playing Ukyo back then. So Ukyo was one of the top tier characters in the game, and when you see him in this game, sorry, he was really toned down. Even that his Sadame now actually connects in full. Sadame connects in full, but this move was really trash, and it took it a lot to actually come out. And he can still fake it by throwing some apples around. And even his power move, for example, this one, this is a move that was also nerfed, and that is kind of sad, because it would actually, before it touches you, it could actually already fly in the air using the sword and cut people to pieces. But they even changed this now, and it's kind of sad, because you can no longer use this as anti-air, and the best way to use is through parrying stuff and maybe going over some stuff with it and actually connect. But this is Ukyo in this game. He is a lot different actually, but he has still has decent mids, but it's just really not as strong as it used to be. I believe this can be punished now, because it has recovery frames. The big has been nerfed. The kicks, his kick, he still has this slide right here, which doesn't do as much as well, but his game is balanced this time around. And he has a cross up now. He has a cross up, and while he has this, right, he now has a cross up on this blade, which he can utilize like to pass behind other players, or really just utilize like yeah, Ukyo Ukyo got nerfed, and that is a good thing because this character used to be really annoying. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys on the next episode.